Okay, I'm gonna do a quick run through of the build. Everyone was asking about it. Nothing. There is nothing groundbreaking here. My build is not crazy. I'm not some giga genius. This is just what I've been doing. Galvanic shards. I put the 25% more elemental damage in here. I slapped in a lightning infusion. I slapped in a martial tempo. Same thing down here. Lightning infusion, martial tempo. But then I have this one, which is definitely worse than this one. I should probably whatever. Yeah, it's no big deal since I'm running whatever. Stormcaller arrow. People were asking about this. How does this work? That is my R button. When you have a weapon swap in your character inventory, which I do, you'll see I have a bow right here. There's nothing fancy about this bow or this quiver. The only thing fancy about it is that it has the attack speed on it. You'll see the stats do not matter when it's on, but all I'm doing is when I swap over and I press R, it's just going to swap over to the bow for me. And then when I swap back to the crossbow, like if I press R, then I press left click, it automatically does the swap for me. So no big deal there. That's how that works. So that covers that. Oh, I was going over the things. Lightning rod. So Stormcaller, that's how I'm applying the shock. I have lasting shock. I have lightning exposure. I have conduction on it. Lightning rod. You'll shoot this down with your bow, and then typically when this hits, it'll chain, and this will pulse. You can read it. No big deal. Wind dancer. I feel like this is pretty much mandatory. I feel like defensives are huge. Herald of Thunder. This is. I'm just slapping support gems in here, boys. I was just trying to get something that worked. Herald of Thunder, concentrate effect, innervate. Every once in a while, this will proc. Realistically, I think this needs to be on the galvanic thing, but it is what it is. Emergency reload with... So this empowers your bolts, which is really good. You can see it just does 25% more damage. And then you have another premeditation, which will make it do another 15% more damage. And then I have ingenuity just to make the cooldown a little shorter. Shard scavenger, I'm just running it temporarily. What really needs to happen, and I'm broke from respecking my tree. There's a few things that need to happen on my tree. First thing that needs to happen is I do not need the double gem. In fact, this is arguably pretty shit too. Need to get this, and then there's argument to have this or to have this and this. Like I don't know. It's not like the greatest tree, but this is going to be really good because then you can use Orb of Storms, and you could use that with a cast on shock. And I haven't gotten the money to do the respec, but cast on shock. So you'll need the 60 spirit. So one thing to cover that down with, by the way, you'll need the 60 spirit. You'll need the 94 int. I'll show that in a second. Just go ahead and grab spirit on a chest piece. This was like 1x. Unironically, this is 1x. This is nothing. You can grab this easy peasy. So you'll have the Orb of Storms, and then you'll have that with cast on shock, right? So you'll shock, and then that takes spirit and it takes int. And you'll cover the int by just having enough strength, or dex, I guess, in this case, to cover that 95 int. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's better. The one thing that was pointed out to me in the comments, and I think this is true, again, we're just back to I need the gold for respecking, is that you can have these weapon set points. So in theory, this is a tree only for my bow. So that makes sense. But like my crossbow, I'm not shocking with my crossbow. Like it's nice every once in a while, but I could take these 7 shock nodes and I could go reallocate them either in more defensives, because realistically I'm only using my crossbow to clear. So I need more like evasion, more armor or whatever. Or I could grab like, these, not this in particular, but I could go grab the more damage up here. I could grab the lightning damage over here. I could grab the evasion over here. I could grab this. I could grab this. Like there are 24 points on this tree that are pretty much kind of like usable on only the crossbow. And so I just need to get enough gold to be able to respec and kind of fill that out a little bit. And then I'm trying to think of other things that people were asking about. Shard scavenger, ingenuity, premeditation, whatever. So the way this works, again, you'll press R, that'll do a quick arrow shot, that'll apply the shock, and then you'll just go ahead and you will just start blasting them. And then you'll press R whenever that shock falls off, and you'll just do it again. One thing to note is that you will eventually stun them. So what I like to do is I like to put the shock on them. I like to shoot them, left click, and then I will hit the emergency reload, which is going to empower them, and then I'll hit the shock burst. And so what I like to do is I like to charge them, charge, because they're normally stunned. At this point, I'll do another full stun, and then I'll reload in the middle of it. And then I just shot 32 bullets, and or bolts or whatever, and it had the extra damage attached to it. So realistically, your whole gimmick is you just want to go ahead and... Oh, you see the shock right there. Oh, one other thing, the lightning rod, the reason why you want to do this is you'll see right here, actually, this is a rare. Well, I have the cooldown on it, but... Oh, am I gonna die? I might die. Now that I'm there, see that lightning pulse is just pulsing. So again, I see the rare. I go ahead, I swap over. Oh, what is this? Lightning. Oh, he's not shocked. Okay. All right. So waiting to see if I can get that shock. Oh boys. We're in deep here, boys. Elemental resistance aura is fun. So I guess that's the blind icon. Every once in a while, you're running into one of these guys. It is what it is. Oh, he's evasive. That's actually what's happening. There he goes. He's shocked. I swap over. I'm pumping, I reload, I pump again, and what do you know, I get some cool loads off. So that's how the build works. It's really not too bad. I don't know if this will continue to work in the reds. That's how that, I had a comment that was saying that it might not work in the reds. So that's really the gist of it. I hope that was quick enough. If you guys have more questions, I'll try and answer. I am not a build guide creator. That's just what I've been doing. I recognize that this is not optimal, but thank you so much for stopping by and taking a watch. I have a lot of fun just seeing a lot of people. I think it's just really cool when people just stop by and say hey. So I hope you guys try it. I didn't like the grenade playstyle. It might arguably be stronger. It probably most certainly is, but I really do not like the idea of just waiting around on the fuses. So yeah, give it a try. You know, tell me what you see. Like I said, it was really nice to see the weapon swap stuff, and there's always tips and tricks in the comments, right? So read the comments. Other guys have it. Hopefully I explained it. Y'all have a good night. Bye bye.